hope you're doing great. Welcome to our movie store. Now I know what you're thinking. They're not really around that much these days. That is very correct. And that is why we have some of the best movie retail bargains for you to enjoy and for you to collect on tonight. Now, you've made it to open hours here at the store, so I'd like to give you a personal welcome, and hopefully I'm going to be able to help you with all of your movie needs tonight. So anything that you want to find in particular, anything you want to watch, if you want recommendations, if you want some advice on movies or anything regarding that, then you've come to the right place, and I am here to help make your purchasing or question, whatever experience you're hoping to get from this, hopefully nice and relaxing and fun for you, as great as possible for you. So please, any questions, do ask away. Well, you've come to the right place. You are indeed looking for some movies. So, one of the things which I always do with movies and helping people decide, we go for a sort of tiny little personality test, so to speak, and this will quickly help me determine what sort of character you are, what sort of things you like, what sort of movies you like, and of course do tell me your genres and things like that. All of these things combined are going to help me select the right sort of movie for you. So as you notice here in this store, we specialize in Blu-rays. Blu-rays have been around for quite a long time. Like the DVD, it's sort of transferred into the more sort of richer side of things, where these things are considered as not as popular. A lot of people stick to streaming services, so DVDs and Blu-rays and things don't seem as that popular. But one of the things that I always say here in my store is that once you purchase a movie, you own that movie forever. It's not a specific amount of time which can be available and then not available to you for however long period, and it may never come back. Once you purchase the movie, it is yours to enjoy forever. And that is one of the reasons why people such as myself have hordes and hordes of movies, and why this store exists, so people can enjoy the sort of blockbustery vibes, which we all love, that sort of thing here anyway. So I know we have, I think, just a bit further down there, I'm not sure if you passed the game store. Yeah, it's close to the cleaning store down there. You can get all of your nerdy things there, but this particular store, we sort of accumulated together a little bit to make sure that all of our customers are close together, sort of our audience who enjoy this sort of thing. So we have games and things, and you can go to the game store, but if you want movies, then indeed you have come to the right place. These currently, which I have on the counter, these are the special offer movies that we have currently. Every single night when it's the after hours night, then I will select some movies and then I will put them on a special discount counter, which you see in front of you, where you're able to perhaps purchase these collection of movies at a discounted price, and you would be going home with a real bargain and hopefully some movies that you're going to enjoy and watch. There's something about a more simpler time when you had just something, a movie, you take it home, you watch it, you enjoy it, and if if it was rented, it'd be the same process. You go out with family or friends or by yourself, you select a movie, watch it, rent it, watch it, bring it back. That was something which now has been fully taken over by the digital form, but we strive here to give all of our customers that feel, that personal touch of going into a store. They could go there, look at movies, chat about movies and films and things, and just relax. And in the process, hopefully find something which will be appropriate for you. So what you see before you now, one of the things which I should probably let you know with our movies is that, take for example, this one for example, what do we have? Sherlock Holmes. So this hasn't got the brand new film on it because it has been used, but these are DVDs or Blu-rays, shall we say, that have only been used by us here in the store. That is why we're able to lower prices. So it's pretty much a once opened, one used thing. That's why we have our discount desk, and we can show you that every single disc is in pristine. You could smell the disc and check it that way, just so you get that extra reassurance knowing that it's pretty much brand new. It's like new, so it's beyond and better than anything secondhand. But also, one of the special things that we like to do here is when you select a DVD for one you want to purchase, we have a little bit of an operation. We clean the disc for you, we clean the case, we then insert the movie and the case inside a protective plastic bag. And then of course we added in your carry bag to take back with you, and it's hopefully just a nice relaxing process for you. So how about we get you ready and hopefully you can take a look at some of the movies we have here. You would purely like to stay in the discount. That's great and very wise as well, because we have a great selection of Blu-rays out here tonight, and some which I think you might really love. So before you saying anything, let me use my film knowledge and my great sense of character observation to determine what I think that you would like in a movie, and this could be a genre. So if I was to closely examine you, take a good look at you, see how you're dressed, maybe that's an indication. See your mannerisms, how you move ever so slightly, how you stand could be a telltale sign. Heroically, maybe a little bit slouchy, perhaps. Something which is confident. Perhaps that will follow the trait of a hero, perhaps in a movie. Or perhaps your demeanor. Is it one where you look chilled, happy? You're certainly not unhappy, which is great, of course. Also, your current style of your hair can tell quite a lot. Is it well kept, exceptionally sharp and looked after? Is it a little bit grown, perhaps more so period looking? Therefore we might branch into the sort of fantasy realm and things like that. There are always these slight indications that I'm pretty sure that I've become quite a good judge of character when it comes to trying to work out what movie's going to be great for you. So I'm going to pick one for you. You could tell me if this is going to be any good for you or not. but it's what I have determined from what I see before me and your current, well, let's say, blank canvas of character which I can see right now. So let me have a look, see what's in the discount section here on the discount counter. So we have a good selection here and some positive candidates in there, but I think we might have another good selection in here too with some positive candidates. Okay, so we're gonna keep looking down there and try and locate the right DVD movie for you. Okay, so keep looking here. We have some new movies on the discount counter as well. So why don't we just take a look at that and so I think I've got one here for you. This one is one that is brand new, cellophane, unopened, and that's because we probably already have opened up one of these and we have a couple in the store, which means one could come on the discount counter throughout the night. So this is what I believe would be good for you, which is Meet the Parents. This is something which I think will just be a nice light-hearted movie, something that you can just enjoy. Perhaps have takeaway, watching it, eating some popcorn, something like that. A very light and chill sort of movie which you can just enjoy. And I think you have a pretty decent sense of humor from what I can see before me. And I say that purely because the way you agree by not literally saying anything, I find that quite humorous. And also the fact that I believe that someone like yourself in a store like this can appreciate genres such as this. So would this be one that you're interested in? Just let me know with a simple yes or a simple no. So we're off to a perfect start. Don't worry, got plenty to choose from here and different sorts. How many is it that you are interested in? Okay, about a half dozen. So we can see what we can do for you. So do you know what this is? Okay, this is an anti-static brush, and this will remove any dust from your discs, but also from the DVD case as well. And even though there's probably not any on there, I'd like to just add it on there to make sure that we don't have any dust on your items for you. Does that sound okay? Okay. Would it be okay if I put it in the case now, protective case? Thank you. So I've put this in the protective case for you. Would it be okay if I just leave them here? Great. So Let me think something that is going to be appropriate for you. I just feel like I get the impression that you're a person who likes the big genres, you know, the big blockbusters, who appreciates the whole nostalgic movies, something you might have watched when you was younger, the classics, the all-time classics, but perhaps you've never owned it on Blu-ray, or perhaps it's time to revisit such a movie like that. Let me see what we've got here for you. Okay, let me see. I think that could be a bit suited there for you. Okay, but which one? Now I know it's appropriate for my attire for this evening. I believe that you understand the golden magic that is this film for Jurassic Park, and I think this will be a massive nostalgia hit for you, and a true blockbuster, a Sunday day blockbuster film that you can watch and enjoy and just completely zone out and switch off. I feel like you appreciate these sorts of words, somewhat fantasy but adventurous movies, and if you don't own it, then would this be a selective choice for you, something that you would like? So does that mean I made a perfect choice? That's so good. That's so good to hear. So all of our discs are in perfect condition, and no disc will find itself scratched on here. Everything's been perfectly checked, so it's literally just taken off the dust from the case to make sure there isn't any on there for you. Okay, to put it down there. Great. Well, we are ploughing through the genres here at the moment, but hidden behind this particular selection is another amazing selection here at the store, and I think there could be something in here, something perhaps just a little bit more on the modern side, which you might be interested in. So classics like Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, big box sets and things like that, but I feel like you prefer the single DVDs tonight. So let's see what we can find here for you, something which I think you appreciate. And is that going to be it? No, I think. Now just let me keep checking here for you. And we go to, there it is, right there at the top. Would the latest Spider-Man movie, live action movie shall we say, be of any interest to you? I thought it would be. Let me just move this back 1 second. I don't know why, but I feel like this is one that you would like to revisit, and I mean, next thing you're going to tell me you absolutely love the original Spider-Man movies with Tobey Maguire and music by Danny Elfman, and well, then this would be a suitable choice for you, wouldn't it? That's great, and I feel like this movie is something that you could put on for the start of the weekend. Have some good drinks or something like that, and you can really just zone out and immerse yourself in what I would consider a true epic film, which doesn't seem to be that prevalent these days, unfortunately. But it's a real popcorn eater. So like I said, opened, used once, placed back in the case. So we'll give it some anti-static brushing here. Let's get it a nice protective case for it. And with your collection here. That's great. So I believe that we're about halfway through. Would that be alright? Okay, so at the moment you pretty much got yourself up to Wednesday for your movies, and I do hope I'll see you in here again to get more, which that would be fun. So I feel like those genres, we've got big epics in there, we've got sort of modern day one, and we've got quite a humorous one there for you as well. So something that I would perhaps ask you, do you sometimes dream that perhaps you could be jumping over really tall things or something like that? Would you say that your dreams tend to be pretty good? And do a lot of things happen in them? So it's quite fast paced. Lots of things happening. You jump the distance. Some magical things perhaps. Let me see if we can get something here for you. Okay, based on that. Potential at the bottom there. Let's have a look down here. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Right. Yes, I think this is for you. I wonder. So, the Philosopher's Stones interest you because there just so happens to be one in this film, and also a troll in a dungeon. So, you like sort of fantasy type movies, and something which is nostalgic to you, takes you back a little bit. You appreciate the big blockbusters, but you also want something just to zone out and remove you from the current world and just immerse yourself fully into something which is magical and amazing and almost timeless. They don't really make films like this anymore, nor do you see any sorts of films like this anymore. I would be the first to say that modern films tend to be sort of a little bit different to how they used to be made, and that's why it's always an advantage to collect and hold in all of your favourite films, would this be a fine choice for you? That's perfect. I believe that this has a really nice protective case on there as well. It feels really great. However, we'll give it some anti-static brushing down. We place it into its case. I feel like this film was destined for you. We'll place it in your bowl there. So we've covered a lot of fantasy there. Like I said, every customer is always different and their needs would always be different for films. Some have a very large spectrum when it comes to films, and some have a very small niche which they follow for movies. Some only watch sort of new movies. Some, like myself, go back to nostalgic times and live and breathe and feed off those films, as opposed to turn into new modern day ones. So I believe that we also can perhaps add something into the mix there for you as well, purely because we've got a lot of fantasy things are going to be covered there. I think a slightly different genre could be pretty good for you, and I think that's going to be all fantasy there. As we go down the DVDs here and have a check, that's quite a lot of fantasy in their big blockbustery movies. However, I think I put something out here which I think you might really enjoy, and this is slightly different. One that I'm drawn to is A Beautiful Mind, Russell Crowe. That's a very clever, emotional film, which I think is very good. Queen Book as well, Viggo Mortensen, and that is a really heart-filled film and really surprises you with how emotional you might feel as you progress through it as well, with the relationship with Dr. Schultz. That's also something which I think could be very good for you. However, I'm drawn to Beautiful Mind with you because of Russell Crowe. I feel like you like Russell Crowe. Perhaps you haven't seen this one, but perhaps you're exceptionally well educated in fine movies, naval warfare, or something like that. I feel like Master and Commander is speaking to me, and it wants me to wrap it up and take it home for you to enjoy. This film is, even though it's sort of carries that adventurous feel, it has very realistic elements in there with laws of sailing and that sort of thing, naval warfare back in the 18th century. And I feel like this is quite captivating. It came out at the same time as Return of the King, but of course Return of the King was a 10 out of 10 5-star movie, so it raked up all the Oscars and in my eyes cannot have been beaten. However, Master and Commander came out during that time as well and was exceptionally worthy for a lot of awards, but I'm pretty sure that Tolkien topped everything, in my eyes at least, However, this is an exceptionally clever, well-made, adventurous, fun movie which just keeps you captivated throughout and on your toes as well. If you appreciate the seas and you like that sort of thing with more realistic element, then I think you might enjoy this. Would you like me to add? Perfect. Didn't really need to say yes. So, even though some of these might not be your fancy, which you could be hiding it very well, I really do appreciate you taking my advice for some of these films and giving them a try. So let's get that route there for you. We didn't. Anti-static for the dust. We'll place that there for you. So you did say you would be interested in half a dozen, so 6 is what I'm going to find for you. Now, I've been searching for films which I think sort of suit you, your personality, and what I see before me. You're really cool, interesting, and I would say quite a fun person. And of course, you have excellent taste because you are in this store at the moment, and I feel like because you're timing, you're here late, you're quite savvy and you know when to find some good bargains, but also that I feel like you're very intelligent because the later you come means that you probably get more of a chance of one-on-one service and get what you want. And I feel like all of those things accumulate and tell me a lot about your personality and how that reflects on what I'm going to choose for you finally. So this is going to be my personal choice for you, and something that hopefully you're going to enjoy, and if you've seen it already, then something that you're going to enjoy owning, because like I said, owning DVDs, Blu-rays is just as fun in my eyes as well. So why don't we get some more options out here for you? Okay. So I feel like there's some curveballs in here for you. Perhaps something like Mean Girls, that's quite a curveball for you. Pitch Perfect would be an exceptional curveball for you. Going more traditional old films with Willy Wonka, but also accompanied by the later Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, but it's not there, which I think would be suitable for you for this particular one. Now let's see if we've got something in here for you. Dark Knight, a lot of superhero things, but I think we need something a bit beyond that. I think I have just the thing for you, and it's almost unbeatable. I think this would be highly appropriate for you. Okay, let me just put these back here on the discount table. Possibly, in my personal and most humble, friendly opinion, one of the best movies ever. And feel free to discuss. But even if it's not one of your favorite movies, then it accumulates all the very best things about the Star Wars prequels. and it's all contained in this beautiful movie here for adventure, emotion, some real eye candy visuals and spectacular soundtrack and sounds and things like that. This film, Revenge of the Sith, heightens all of the senses and really takes you out of literally anything. Something which I feel like you would appreciate and enjoy. Now, it could be a while since you've seen this. It could be very recent, and do you own it? Well then, I would think this could be something that you're interested in, would it be? Great. So this has a protective sleeve. Like I said, same with the others, it's only been opened once. Place up the protective sleeve. Now, I don't know why, but I feel like this is really going to match you quite nicely, and I think will be the one that you probably finish watching thinking, thank you, Mr. Movie Man, here at the store. And it's something that you're going to keep, look after, and enjoy for years and years to come. And this, of course, was before Star Wars went a little bit off course, shall we say. But I have a good friend, he goes by the name of Skyman, who really does enjoy talking about all those things. You can find him in the game store quite a lot, and various other places. But I think that your collection of movies, I think we've got quite a different selection here for you. So we have Meet the Parents, Jurassic Park, Spider-Man, No Way Home, Harry Potter, Philosopher's Stone, Rosa, Master and Commander, and Star Wars Revenge of the Sith. I just feel like these movies, when I have a customer in, particular movies call to me, and I think that yours was screaming out these movies. Now, I could be wrong, but I feel like this is something which you're just going to absolutely love if you don't already love them. Things like Jurassic Park, for example, is undergoing its 30th year anniversary. 30 years of dinosaurs, and Alan Grant and Malcolm, etc., and Hammond, etc., and all of that amazing stuff. So these movies really are timeless classics, and I think you're going to love them so much. So I'd really like to thank you for coming into our movie store today and selecting your movies. I don't want to take up any more of your time, but I hope that during your visit here it's been relaxing for you. You've enjoyed it, you've had some time to switch off. That's why we have these late night openings. So people like yourself can come in at their leisure. It tends to be evening times, maybe you're not doing anything, just want to relax a little bit more and just chill and get in the zone for movies, and then select your movies is the most prime way to do so, and hopefully you've got that experience today. So is there anything I can do for you, anything else that I can help you with, any more questions or anything? So perhaps you would like me to place them all in a nice bag for you. Does that sound alright? Great. so much for coming in to see me this evening. I really hope that you've enjoyed selecting your movies, and I've really enjoyed helping you do that and finding some for you. It really has been an absolute pleasure, and I really hope to see you here to do it all over again and find new movies. It's really nice. I hope it's a relaxing store for you to come to in the evening. But anyway, I really hope you enjoy watching them. Take care of yourself.